One of the most useful measures of economic growth is to calculate the per capita GDP of a country. The per capita GDP measures an individual resident's share of GDP. Hence, it gives an indication of how much the average person earns per year in that country. In this video, you will learn the formula for calculating the per capita GDP of a country, learn the procedure for calculating the per capita GDP of a country, see an example of calculating the GDP of a country. The formula for calculating the per capita GDP is the country's real GDP divided by the population of the country. The procedure for calculating the per capita GDP is 1. Write down the formula, real GDP divided by the population of the country. 2. Substitute in the country's real GDP into the formula. 3. Substitute the country's population into the formula. Divide the country's real GDP by the country's population. Here's an example of calculating per capita GDP. Botswana has a population of 2.03 million people and a GDP of $25,380 million. What is the per capita GDP of Botswana? First, write down the formula. The formula is the real GDP of the country divided by the population of the country. In the problem, Botswana has a real GDP of $25,380 million. Second step is to substitute in $25,380 million into the formula. Next, we need to look at the problem for the population of the country. In our example, Botswana has a population of 2.03 million people. So we will substitute in 2.03 million for the population of the country. Next, we will do the calculation. The fourth step is to divide 25,380 million by 2.03 million. The result of the division is $12,502.46 per person. So the real capita per GDP of Botswana is $12,502.46.